If you are a woman in midlife in network marketing and something feels off in your business, then this video is for you. Not because you're failing or inconsistent or because you lack confidence, but because you may still be operating as the good girl. And the good girl was never trained to lead. She was raised to conform. And that worked for a long time. So let's define this clearly. The good girl is responsible, loyal, supportive, agreeable, doesn't want to rock the boat, and respects authority and follows instruction well. None of that is bad, right? Those are strengths. But in business, in network marketing, those traits can quietly morph into something else, like over-deferring to your upline or copying scripts instead of thinking for yourself, filtering out your real opinions or avoiding visibility, waiting for permission, or staying silent when something feels off. And that's where frustration starts. Midlife changes things, as I'm sure you know. You've raised kids, held families together, you've worked jobs, managed crises, and carried responsibility. And you are not inexperienced, and you're not incapable by any stretch. So when you're still told to just duplicate or just trust the system, something in you resists. And that isn't necessarily rebellion, it's instinct. It's an internal red flag, right? Midlife is when the good girl starts to feel too small. Not because she's bad, but because she's outgrown the role. So here's what happens if you don't make the shift. You keep waiting to feel confident before you speak. You keep posting, safe content. You keep sounding like everyone else. Keep thinking your problem is consistency. Shrink your message. And then you wonder why growth feels hard. It's not because you lack skill. It's because leadership requires a different energy. Leadership is not louder. It's not aggressive. It isn't even anti-authority. It's self-trust. It's thinking independently, speaking clearly, building assets that you control, making decisions without asking for permission. It's holding your stance when you're misunderstood. And leadership is goodness with a backbone. You don't lose kindness, you add conviction. And the shift from good girl to leader happens in 3 places. First is invisibility. You stop hiding behind generic posts and you choose to be seen. The second place is in messaging. You stop copying scripts and you speak from your lived experience. And third is ownership. You stop building in someone else's structure and you start building something that you own. And that's the shift. And it starts internally. So if you've been feeling frustrated, if you've felt confused and you wondered why this feels harder than it should, it may not be lack of confidence, but an identity shift. You were raised to conform and now you get to lead. And that doesn't mean burn it all down. It's about building it differently. So here's my question for you. Where are you still playing the good girl in your business? And what would the leader version of you do instead? Doesn't mean be louder or reckless, just clear. Midlife is not meant to be the slow fade. No. It's your second act, and you have all the permission to lead. You have experience to share. You just have to stop shrinking. I'll see you in the next video.